Know that a portion of the profits will go to a great cause. So call us at 913-257-5426. Easton Roofing. Integrity matters.
We're here at the 23rd Street Brewery with Matt Llewellyn. And Matt, basketball's over, football's still a few months away, but there's always fun to be had at the 23rd Street Brewery.
Absolutely. We've always got something going on here. The games are always going on. It's a great place to come enjoy everything out on the patio. Beautiful scenery out there. Great beer. I've got a great brewer, great food. It's always fun here at the brewery.
And the atmosphere is great and friendly and warm, too.
We always want to make sure you're a lot happier when you leave than you were when you came in.
Always fun here at the 23rd Street Brewery at 23rd and Castle. Make sure to come by when you're in Lawrence.
If you'd like to join these and other fine sponsors and market your business on Kansas City's #1 rated podcast, contact us at Danny@DannyKlinkscale.com. Look forward to working with you.
Oh, coming in. We had a proper can opening here. Now, there. Boys are. I'm going with the can again. You know, sometimes Pat Allen from Santa Fe Liquors is our guest today. Sometimes we have to sort of make a decision based on being smart
about ABV.
Like we split one of the super beers last time.
Yeah.
Because we had two big ones, like a 9. I think we had a 9.7 and a 8.8 or something. We said, you know what? We got a 16-ounce 9.8. We're going half seas on this one. But today, these are summer brews. So we had a 4.8, and this is a 5.0. Yep. Sierra Nevada Summerfest. Sierra Nevada makes good beer.
They make great beer. They make great beer.
They make excellent beer for a, they're sort of a, they're a big craft brewing enterprise. And what's the one they're most famous
Pale
for?
Ale. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is their. That is their.
Yeah, that's one of the first pale
staples.
ales you ever had, whoever you are. It was Boulevard Wheat, and it was Sierra Nevada Pale.
Yep. Ooh.
Yeah. It's.
Well, you like some summer lagers. You must.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet.
Uh-oh. I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to.
Yeah, that's some easy drinking.
That's easy drinking with flavor.
Oh, I mean,
a little bit of oak.
To me, this is
right. I mean, this
is excellent.
Yeah, it's a great beer.
I don't want to throw shade, but this is better than the previous Pilsner. I think.
I disagree.
Really?
I would tend to like the previous one more as well.
Really?
But this is refreshing summer lager, which is what it says on it.
Maybe it was
exactly
the order. No, I liked the other one. I gave it a 7.5.
I know. I'm not looking at you cross-eyed. I'm just saying.
But this was maybe because it was a little refreshing after the other one. The other one was more of a, I think it had more flavor. More flavor. More beer flavor.
This is also good and ice cold.
This is also good and ice cold.
Yeah.
Mm. So, purest ingredients. The can is not the big.
I almost expected a blueberry flavor from the look of the can.
It's a blue can.
I'm going 7.5.
I'm going to go, even though I said what I said, I'm going to go. How can I say that I like the first one?
Right?
7.6. Barely better. It's just they're kind of different types of beer.
They are.
But both good, both refreshing, and both user-friendly if you're not worried about, But what it makes me want to do is have a 7.8 beer next after we're done.
Pretty sessionable. That's what you would call it.
Sessionable.
Beers that you can have. Or,
what do you think, Pat? What are you throwing on this?
I'd put this at like a 7.25 or 7.5.
Yeah.
I mean, 7.25.
Now, tell us the process when you own a liquor store like Santa Fe Liquors. You don't have like a gigantic store like some of the you have a family-owned smaller store. People they come to you, don't they? Won't people generally come to you to pitch beers?
Oh yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
The beverage people.
Yeah. Our distributors are always. I had a meeting earlier today with a supplier. They've got rum and they've got tequila and
do they give you the price point? Like, is there MSRP?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I know the cost to me.
Yeah.
And then I set the price point based off of that, of course.
Okay.
So, and in Kansas we have what's called non-discriminatory pricing. So what the pricing that's offered to me has to be offered to every other liquor store in the state.
No kidding.
Yep. No volume discounts. No nothing like that. So.
Wow. Well, that is good because No, it's good in some ways.
It's good for me.
It's good
It's
for
not
small
great
business.
for the biggest.
Well,
It's
yeah.
not great for the biggest.
Well,
places.
You got the Total
it
Wine
is good for
Spirits.
you, and
They don't need my help.
I noticed that because when I lived in New York, the liquor stores didn't sell beer. Basically, they didn't waste their time because the grocery stores sold beer,
right.
And it was cheap.
Right.
I mean, dirt cheap.
Well, I mean, grocery stores, the margins,
Delightfully cheap.
right? The margins in grocery stores are 1.5%.
But
it's-
I've noticed that because they're the same exact prices in the grocery stores.
You know where the beers aren't cheap, Danny?
Where's that, Joe?
Kauffman Stadium.
No, they're not cheap.
But they're putting some butts in the seats out there.
They are.
I mean, school's not even out, and they're having some pretty decent
finally got a
turnouts.
couple of crowds. I mean, at the start, when everybody is used to them being terrible, they were announcing 10,100 something, which basically means they have about 10,100 full season ticket packages because they don't do turnstile count anymore in baseball when they announce attendance. It's tickets sold,
But it's been ticking up.
Yes, they had 25 on last Friday night. And I would say that this is the first weekend in the last few years that you would actually say that the Royals weekend was a bigger sports story here in this city, I think, anyway. I think it definitely was. They were leading the sports casts and all that. Then Chiefs rookie minicamp.
Yeah.
Which, to me, should always be the case, frankly. I mean... Practice
106
for
loss
rookies,
season.
many of whom are not even going to be on your team, versus regular season competition.
What is the thing that they've got to drop on 810 for you? I don't get excited about men running around in their underpants or something like that one.
Right. Yeah, they can't. There's no contact in those practices. But, we get 800 interviews with guys that you may or may not have on the team. And there'll be one sensation, and there'll be angst.
Well, Pat
when Xavier Worthy drops
Pat
punts from a jugs machine.
You want to talk about Xavier Worthy dropping some
Xavier.
punts?
like Xavier Henry, right?
After Xavier Henry, it's always Xavier for me.
Right.
There's a university that's Xavier University.
Not really.
So anyway, Xavier dropped some punts.
He dropped some
To be
passes,
clear,
too.
I'd rather talk about the Royals and Bobby Witt Jr. and everything that's going on there.
There you go.
I am a huge Royals
he
fan.
is
a
Love
baseball
baseball
guy.
through and through.
Love it.
But I also love to keep up with all of it. So, and I think I cannot believe our trade partner in that whole thing. I mean,
I just think that we didn't talk about it on here. Look, it wasn't a bad thing the Bills did. It's smart, trade down. They need a lot of help. They're up against the cap. But you don't make that trade with the Chiefs just for the optics. You don't make that trade.
that's exactly
just for the optics.
Their PR person was like, "What?
What are
did
you
just
doing?"
do?"
Yeah, I think it's kind of. I'll say this. I think what they did is just fine.
Yeah.
I think they're a football organization. They're trying to make their team better. The Chiefs were going to draft some kind of receiver. They might going to maybe go up to 27. Who knows? They traded back twice. They got a wide receiver anyway. He probably, to me, those wide receivers there were all sort
kind
of
of the same.
About the same to me. But
I don't disagree. I think it's smart. I said
do
that.
too.
I think
I
it's
do
super
too.
smart for the Bills
But
to do
the
it. I just
optics
think,
of it are just
if I'm a
so
Bills fan and
Yeah.
they did that, I'd be like, you gotta be shitting me.
We cannot beat those guys.
We can't beat these guys.
Like-
and you're gonna do this to us? I mean, this has got to be hard. I don't know. What do you think about the Royals? Like, do you think this is about to go away because Salvi can't keep this up and the pitching can't be this good and the bottom of the lineup's
I
terrible?
think there's some warning signs, but they've got some things that probably should be going better. They've only got 3-4 guys who are hitting.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, but they're scoring. They did it again last night. They won 3-2. They've won about half of the games. They've scored 3 runs or less, and they've scored 3 runs or less in about half of their games. Yeah. And the winning percentage historically for 3 runs or less is 207 is the winning percentage.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and they're winning half.
So that sounds
they've already got
unsustainable
those.
to me.
Well, but they've already got those wins in the bank.
Yeah.
So say from this point forward, they only win. First of all, stop doing it. Stop scoring Stop scoring 3 runs
Yes,
or less. And their pitching is no doubt not going to be as good. But
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think Cole Reagans can keep this up, and Brady Sander's only one season removed from that 3.23 ERA or whatever in 140 something innings. I think he can keep it up. I think Michael Wacha, Seth Lugo. I think Seth Lugo has found something. Michael Wacha is going to be what he is. I think their influence on the younger guys on the staff could be huge, though. Michael Wacha was part of a lot of really good teams.
Right, and I think Michael Walker's type of guy is going to figure some things out. Yep. Most of his pitches are working pretty well, except his fastball is getting crunched, and he'll probably adjust, throw it less, whatever. I'm glad because, I'm going to go out and cover the or I did cover the game whenever you hear this on Wednesday afternoon, and I like going out to the ballpark and seeing the fans out there having fun, and there haven't been, it's summer and, the Chiefs are wonderful, but about the only time that there's not much Chiefs news is June and part of July, and you want the Royals to be relevant.
Summer is better when the Royals are good.
There's no doubt about it.
It is so different. The cadence of baseball, it is the sound of summer, right? I mean, I
just don't get the games. I don't get the games, and I haven't bought Bally, so I don't get.
I'm
the games.
lucky. I have DirecTV streaming, and Bally's on there, and I didn't have to do anything. So, and I probably would have, and I'm getting extra other baseball games this year for some reason. Also, that just popped up on my grid. So. I'm happy. I love watching baseball games. I said to my wife recently, I think one thing that, I don't actually worry about being older. But I think that I feel old when I'm so excited to watch baseball games, because I don't think there's that many, real diehard baseball fans anymore who love watching a ball game. Last night the game, for whatever reason, it's supposed to be DVR'd to record all the Royals games. I don't know what happened. It was
they moved it up by 30 minutes.
No, it didn't record at all.
Oh, at all.
So I'm sitting around, and it's about Anna doing some business, but I'm really almost purposely delaying till 8:00 so that I can skip the skip the commercials and all that and watch the game on my. And then I turn it on, and I'm like, where's the game?
Oh.
And no game. So it was the 8th inning.
Yeah.
By the time I joined the game, and I was bummed. And I sometimes feel like, am I really?
Do you use YouTube TV?
I do.
Catch up through key plays?
Yeah.
No, amazing. For games that you're really not that interested in, right?
That's how I watch Lakers games. I turn it on with 5 minutes left.
There you go.
And I catch up through key plays.
That's how I watch NBA games, period.
Let me grow your heart a little bit, Danny. I was golfing this Sunday with my nephew and my brother-in-law at the super exclusive Topeka Country Club.
I don't think I've ever played at the Topeka Country Club.
No? It's so difficult. Like, it's an old track. It's like 1905 or something. And it is, they just took out a ton of trees, but the greens are so hard.
Turtleback.
You have to be approaching the green from the right direction, or you will not get that ball to sit on the green. It's so hard.
Also, old-timey golf courses generally have very small greens, too. So
yes.
that's
Swope
another
Park,
part.
Right? Tillinghast.
Exactly. It reminded me a lot of Swope, actually.
Geez.
But my nephew, who is 14, damn good golfer already. He shot a 51 on the front, and his dad told him he has to shoot in the 80s or he doesn't get Buffalo Wild Wings after the shot an 89.
So he shot 38
Pulled
on
through.
the back.
13 stroke improvement.
Food.
Boy loves his hot wings. But we were sitting there, and the Royals game was on, and he was so excited, and he's telling me he hasn't missed a Royals game like all year. He's so locked in and excited about the Royals, and he doesn't even play baseball. So I was this gives me a little bit of hope.
Well, to me, that's refreshing. I did a piece, I think I might have mentioned this on the last podcast, that when I covered opening day, I was doing sort of a, just the feel of opening day podcast, and I was looking for a family, to ask about opening day. And so I went up to a family of 4. It turned out to be actually 3 people and a buddy. But they said, "Oh, this is the guy right here. This is the guy for you." And this guy was 24 years old, and he was a huge baseball fan. He had a scorebook with him.
Wow.
He keeps score at the games. And I said to him, "Do any of your friends know how to keep score?" Hell no. I love keeping score.
I do too.
When I was traveling with the Royals in their, those are important